The following program is a SUTV student production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives.
Such as Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Dana.
7:30 in the morning, beside the Wayne Street Park.
Change some of our houses around campus.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Derek Sander and this is SUTV News. We start tonight on campus with our top story. Director of the SU Counseling Center, Kathleen Scott, sent an email to SU students addressing the shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida and SU students' mental health. SUTV's Sean Frost sat down with Dr. Scott to talk about SU's Counseling Center. Scott says mental health awareness is important, and SU wants and plans to help students in need.
And we do individual counseling, which is what you'd expect, one-to-one weekly sessions for about 50 minutes. We also do group therapy here, and that's 8 to 12 students that are talking about whatever's of concern to them. And of course, there's some commonalities across students in terms of their issues, but there are also differences too. And we do crisis intervention too, so if there's an emergency situation, like something life-threatening, a student's thinking about suicide or thinking about hurting someone else, or if some significant trauma has recently happened, maybe a sexual assault, students come in and can be seen by the next available counselor. And we're going to assess what their immediate needs are at that time and then make a follow-up plan for them.
She also says student mental health is important for everyone on campus. She says it's the Counseling Center's job to create a community of care and intervention.
So I get a lot of phone calls from parents and faculty and staff and even students who are concerned about each other, other students. And so we really encourage that. I do a lot of training for RAs and other student leaders and faculty on how to recognize signs of distress in students and how to make referrals to the Counseling Center.
There has been an increase in students visiting the Counseling Center, but SU has not adapted for this growth.
Experienced growth over the 10 years that I've been here, from about 350 students coming in for counseling to over 575 coming in for counseling. And so that's significant growth. And the staffing patterns in terms of the counselors available to work with the students has remained about the same over those same years. We're not adequately staffed. One of the things that happens because we're not adequately staffed is that students sometimes have to go to every other week appointments, or they might have to wait several weeks for their initial intake appointment.
Now last week, we told you about how SU students decided to do something about the Counseling Center shortage. Jill Scott and Ben Lennox created a petition to expand the Counseling Center. The petition says Salisbury has the same amount of counselors in 2018 as it did in 2001. So we asked Dr. Scott about that.
First, I think it's great when students take initiative to get behind a cause that they believe in. I think that's excellent.
There is an online program called Cognito at Risk, where students can seek counseling services before meeting with counselors. SUTV will continue to bring you updates on the outcome of the petition. And staying on campus, this fall, there will be a new face leading the Seidel School of Education. Salisbury announced Dr. Lori Henry as the new dean for the school. Dr. Henry joins us from the University of Kentucky. She was the Associate Dean of Clinical Preparation and Partnerships there. In a press release, Henry stated, quote, "As the new dean of the Seidel School of Education, I hope to revitalize the historic and enduring mission of teacher training while elevating educator preparation to new heights through engaged learning and scholarship as we address the most pressing issues and complex problems facing education today." Henry will assume her new role as Dean of Seidel in July 2018. She will oversee 1,000 graduate and undergraduate students and more than 40 faculty staff members. And moving along tonight, the Purdue Foundation makes a splash with a $30,000 donation to SU's Ward Museum. The donation is an effort to expand the Living Classroom and Environmental Education Experiences program. Funding from the grant will provide environmental education to regional public schools, offset field trip fees, create funding for more teaching materials, and support bus fares from schools to the museum. There's a lot happening on campus before spring break. SUTV's Diamond McGill has a look at the week ahead.
Thanks, Derek. There's going to be a ton of fun activities for students coming up on campus. If you are interested in career and education, you're in luck. This Thursday, March 8th from 11 to 2, there will be an education career fair hosted by Career Services in the Wacomico Room of GSU. Make sure to come dressed in business casual attire and bring your resume. If you would like a list of which companies will be attending, email Career Services. Get a taste of Latin American culture by watching a variety of Spanish films on select Thursdays from now until April 12th through the Latin American and Spanish Film Festival. Kicking off the Film Fest is the film Volcano, tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Fulton Hall Room 111. Admission is free and open to the public. That's not the only movie screening this week. Here's a treat for all you superhero fans out there. This Friday, March 9th, Soap will be screening Thor Ragnarok in Devil Abyss Room 123 at 7 p.m. as a part of Friday night's movie events. Do you love to dance? Do you love to work out? Well, now you can do both at once this Friday, March 9th. Join the Salisbury University Gospel Choir from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Nanacoke Room of GSU for a free dance lesson and workout. Remember to come dressed to dance. Speaking of dance, Saga is hosting a masquerade ball this Friday in the Wacomico Room at GSU at 7:30 p.m. For more on that, let's hear from the Saga president himself. I'm Diamond McGill. Back to you, Derek.
Thank you, Diamond. And as Diamond just said, this Friday there will be a queer student-friendly event with a ton of free food and dancing. We have with us tonight the SU Saga president, Thomas Mannion. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So before we talk about the ball, what exactly is Saga?
So Saga is a fairly new organization on campus. It stands for Sexuality and Gender Awareness. I'm the president and founder. I brought it to Salisbury because it promotes visibility for queer students and those who identify with the LGBT community.
Oh, very nice. So can you share what exactly is the Masquerade Ball?
The Masquerade Ball is an event that's actually open to the entire campus. You do not have to be part of the LGBT community. I actually encourage people who aren't to come because then you get to meet people who are. Being in Salisbury gives us that unique opportunity to open people up to that experience in a fun, friendly manner.
Oh, very nice. So what do you hope to accomplish from this event?
At the end of the day, I want people to walk away knowing that there are LGBTQ students here. We're here, we're queer, and we're here to stay. And with that, I want queer students on campus to feel like they have a space, to feel like they do have a voice, and that they're included in what happens here at Salisbury.
Okay, and is the club specifically for those students, or is it for all Salisbury students?
The club is for all Salisbury students. I actually encourage allies. Allyship is one of the most important things when it comes to the LGBT community. Without allies, we don't have a voice in a lot of rooms. So it's nice to know that you have people out there for you.
Okay, and how can they get involved?
So every Tuesday, we have organization meetings at 7 p.m. in GSU 206.
Okay, very nice. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
And that wraps up our show tonight. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, I'm Derek Sander.
Such as Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr.